Hi, good day, everybody. So as we get ready to start class this Friday, I wanted to kind of give you a brief overview of the OSHA 10 certification, tell you a little bit about what's in it, and then also a little bit about the requirements that go along with that. So let me start by telling you some of the topics that we're going to be covering. So we're going to be introducing you to OSHA as the establishment, kind of understanding where it's come from, what it's about, and why we have OSHA in the workplace. We're going to be talking about walking and working surfaces, talking about exit routes, emergency action plans, talk about electrical, personal protective equipment, hazard communication, hazardous material handling and guarding, and also fall protection. So really what the OSHA 10 certification is, if you haven't figured that out from the topics, is it's about worker safety. So this particular certification is for entry level or for kind of on the ground workers. It's for them to be able to identify hazards and kind of look for those in the workplace so that you can avoid injury or illness, that sort of thing. So why is it important? The businesses are required to follow these particular guidelines or OSHA guidelines as to how to keep their workers safe. So why this is important is it allows you the opportunity to kind of identify hazards in the workplace. And it lets you kind of understand some of the OSHA standards and how they're implemented in the workplace. And then additionally, it also kind of gives you an understanding of what business owners go through and so why they make some of the decisions that they do. OSHA, always gets a bad rap. I don't work for OSHA, even though I'm an authorized trainer. I have dealt with OSHA before, and I will tell you that, if as long as you're doing things correctly and being safe, you have nothing to worry about. OSHA is really there for protecting the employee. So we're going to cover some of these topics again, just to make sure that you're aware of them. Some of it's, eye-opening. Some of it is going to be stuff that you already knew, but we're going to cover those topics for the course. Now, some of the OSHA requirements are, in the past, we had to meet face-to-face, so in person for 10 hours. We've been able to get an exception for this particular class. I had to petition OSHA to do that, and we're able to meet virtually face-to-face via Zoom. So we're going to break those into chunks, and we have the survey out that we're going to, I'll let you know what the results of that are soon. We're still waiting for a couple people to get back on that. And we'll break those up into some chunks so that we're not doing it all in one, 10-hour chunk online. That would be horrendous. And then another stipulation is that you have to be present for all of those. So all of those Zoom meetings obviously will be documented on who's there. It'll be roll call taken, and you have to be present, quote unquote, in order to get that card. If you miss an hour, you miss 2 hours, unfortunately, you're not in the running for the OSHA 10 certification. There are other ways of getting that certification, but it's really important that you be diligent and come to the class on time so that you can get that certification. Additionally, I'm going to need your name and address for mailing out that card, obviously, since we're not meeting face-to-face. So just know that I'll be asking at some point in time for your mailing address so that I can mail those cards out to you. There is an $8 fee for the cards. That's for OSHA. They require that fee. So at some point before the end of our session, we'll finish up with OSHA prior to getting done with the class. So sometime before the end of the session, I'll give you a heads up on that. You'll need to make your way to the business office and pay that $8. And then at the end of the session, I get a report of who's paid that $10 or that $8, excuse me. And I'll go ahead and send in the information to OSHA to supply those cards. So again, OSHA, important topic in industry, also, important for your safety. And I'm looking forward to it. It's usually this section of this class usually has some good discussion and some good, give and take on both sides. So I'm anxiously awaiting those conversations with you guys. So if you have any questions on the OSHA 10, please feel free to give me an email, shoot me an email. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Friday.